Okay, so let's get started. Welcome. So we know we're at the end of Unit 11, and we're looking at our extra materials and practicing a lot of should, have to, and can. So let's have a look at the extra materials. So we've got here the first page. Have to. And the negative for that is don't have to. And can, and the negative for that is can't. And then we look at should. So let's do, let's write some notes. So Unit 11, extra materials. So the rule is we have to, verb, whatever the subject is. So first you have a subject. So I, you, he, she, it, we, they. And then you say have to. And then verb, whatever that main action is. So for example, I have to work tomorrow. Very simple. I have to answer my phone. So it could be a present statement or it could be a future statement. It could be you. You're telling someone, you have to write me a letter. Or you have to take some pictures if someone's traveling and you're telling them. So have to is like saying it's very important. You must, you have to do it. My kids, they have to go to bed by 7 p.m. They have to. So there's no like arguing about it. That's it. You have to do it. You have to do it. You must. And that's the rule. So we have a subject and it works for all the subjects. So I, you, he, she, it, we, they, have to, verb. So don't forget have to, verb. And we can see that if we want to make the negative, we just say don't, but that's only for I don't have to, you don't have to, she or he or it doesn't. So the only one that we change is for he, she, it doesn't. And then we have to, they have to. So that's the negative. So we have a negative. Just remember, it's only he, she, it doesn't have to do something. So you can see it's got all the notes there. That if you want to respond, yes, I do. No, I don't. So Camilla, do you have to wake up early tomorrow? Yes, I do. No, I don't. That would be the response. Does your daughter have to go to school tomorrow? No, she doesn't. Yes, she does. So that would be the responses. If we want to make a question, so we've looked at many different tenses. So remember, tenses mean time. We looked at the simple tenses, we looked at the perfect tenses, we looked at the continuous tenses, and for each one of those, we've been making questions. Now, to make a question for this, it's exactly the same rule as for the other tenses. We must start with the verb first, not the subject. So it's yes. He, she, it, I, it, so for the normal sentence, I have to, you have to, he has to, she has to. Sorry, he, she, it has to. Yeah. Sorry, yes, he, she, it has. Yes, and then for the negative, he, she, it doesn't. Yeah. So maybe I'll separate it by writing he / she, he, she, it. The rule for that is they have has to verb, and the negative is doesn't have to verb. I might separate it like that. So let me just So it's only he, she, it. Just be careful. They have to, yeah. But the negative doesn't have to verb. So going back to what I was saying, when we have a question, we use the verb, so do, but for he, she, it, I might separate that. So for the question, when we want to ask a question, do, subject. So you see how the subject is the second part instead of in the original sentence, when we just make a statement, we say something, it's I, you, but in a question, it's do, you, same thing, have to, verb. Do you have to work tomorrow? Except for he, she, it. Again, he, she, it. That's the only ones we ever see where it changes, he, she, it. If you remember the present simple, so it's just verb, subject, verb. So I enjoy cooking. I prefer coffee. And we use adverbs to say how often. I work every day. I exercise once a week. That's the only one as well where we have he, she, it, where it has the difference, because we put the S on the verb. It's she works every day. He messages me every day. So going back to this one, in the question, he, she, it. So the rule for that would be does. Does he, she, it. Does he have to? They all take have to here. Sorry. Yeah. The have to stays the same. It's only the does. He, she, it have to. Hey, Bruno. We'll get into practicing that, so don't worry. But let's look at can, because that's another one that we looked at. It's called, can is a modal verb. What does that mean? It means that it has two verbs attached. So can, verb. So can, I can see you tomorrow. I can play soccer tomorrow. I can, whatever. It's for all subjects. So the rule, subject plus can plus verb. So remember, the main verb is this one. We must have can, but then it's, I can work tomorrow. It's very different to saying I work tomorrow. Or I work every day. I can work every day. It's saying I can. It's possible. It's doable. I can. I can. And here we know we have, if we want a question, so exactly the same, rule. We start with the can. We always start with the verb with our question. So can, subject, verb. Can you work tomorrow? Can you pass me your phone? Yes, I can. No, I can't. So the negative is can't for all subjects. I can't, he can't, she can't, they can't, we can't. You all can. Negatives can. Okay, so we can see we've got have to verb, and can verb. And later we're going to learn about should verb. Should is very similar to have to. So I've written the rules there, but let's put some exercises into our learning, and then we can see how we use these, the difference between have to and can. Yeah, let's go to the first exercise. So choose the correct font. So the first one has been done for us. Visitors can leave their coats at the reception. It's different to saying they have to, because if you say they have to, means they have no option, they have no choice. They must. It's very similar to saying must. But if they can, if they want, that's what it means. If you want to, you can. There's a difference. The other one has no choice. You have to do it. One has a choice. You can if you want. So imagine with can, if you want, is connected after it. So I can work tomorrow. It's like saying, yeah, if I want, I can. Number 2, let's start with Nicholas. Teachers. Yeah. Yeah. It depends what country. In Australia, you don't have to. Because I'm definitely not in uniform. So teachers don't have to. Yeah, maybe they don't have to. It's not necessary. It's they have a they don't have to. It's not they must. So they don't have to. I think teachers don't have to wear a uniform. It would be true if you said nurses or doctors or nurses have to wear a uniform, or firemen have to wear a uniform. But for teachers, maybe this one is don't have to. Number 3, Alan. Alan, number 3. If not, we'll come back. Roxana, number 3, nurses. Yeah, so nurses have to, because it's very important. Remember, have to means it's very important. So let me, it's very important. Very important. They have to wash their hands. They have no choice. It's different to saying nurses can wash their hands if they want to, but I don't think it's if they want to. I think it's a must. They have to wash their hands. Okay, number 4, Bruno. Oh, okay, Camilla.
Engineers have to get a special qualification.
Yeah, they have to. There's no choice. They have to get. So we can see have to verb. Have to get. They have to get a special qualification. There's no choice. It's a must. 5, Natalia. Yeah, taxi drivers in the UK. Yeah, so taxi drivers in the UK can't verb, can't drive on the right because they drive on the left, like in Australia. So they can't. It's not possible. They cannot do it. They're not allowed to. That's what it means. You're not allowed to. So imagine like there's a beach and there's a sign that says you cannot or you can't bring your dogs on the beach. You're not allowed to. It's not a choice. You're not allowed to. So with the negative, it's pretty, you can't smoke in this area. That's the best example. You can't smoke in this area. So taxi drivers in the UK can't drive on the right. 6, Joanna. Yeah, police officers have to wear. Yeah, they have to. There's no choice. It's a must. It's very important. 7, Anderson. Yeah. Maybe they don't have to. Maybe they don't have to. Yeah, it's not important for them to cook the food because the chef is going to cook the food. So if you're going for a job and for a waiter and the boss tells you, well, as a waiter, you don't have to cook the food.
Don't have no is very important.
Yeah, but it's not important for them. It's a negative, so it's not important. They don't have to do it. They don't need to do it. It's like saying they don't need, it's not their job. They don't have to do it.
But in this case, can.
Yeah, they can, but it's not like there was an option before. So if you imagine like no smoking in this building, because maybe before people were smoking. So now they're going to say, no, you can't smoke because it was done before. But waiters never cooked food before.
In the
So-
world.
At the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more, they don't have to. It's not important for them to do it. Eight, back to Anderson. Journalist. This should be your one, Camilla. Yes. Sorry? Number 8. No, did I say Nicholas? Nicholas. Yeah, because I think you did number 7. Now, yeah, 8, Nicholas. Journalists. Yeah. Yeah, they have to ask. They have to ask questions. Yeah, because it's important. They have to ask. Because that's their job.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's their job. It's important. They must.
Very important.
Yes, very important. You need a story. You need to report what's happening. So they have to ask questions. 9, Alan, can you do number 9? If not, Roxana. Students. I think because they did it before, so now they want to make a rule, they can't. Yeah. It's because it's not like students, it's not important for them not to eat. That's not what we're saying. We're saying they're not allowed to. So remember, if you can replace the word can't with not allowed to, so students not allowed to eat and drink in the classroom, yeah, they're not allowed to. Because they did it before, they made a lot of mess, it was too much cleaning. Now the college has made a rule that students can't eat and drink in the classroom. So there's a difference. So they can't eat and drink. So you can add 2 verbs as long as you say they can't eat and drink. You can't speak and eat at the same time. Number 10, Camilla.
This is a free parking area. You can leave your car here.
Yeah, you can if you want to, because it's a free parking area, so you can leave. Let's do this one. Conversation about jobs with do, does, have to, has, or can't. So A is going to be Joanna, B, Bruno. Yeah, B for Bruno, A for Joanna.
Have to be there at 9 o'clock. Yes, I do.
What jobs do you have to do?
I have cleaned the restaurant.
I have to.
I have to clean the restaurant and serve the customers.
Yeah. So let's go back a bit. What time do you start work? I have to. It's very important to be there at 9 o'clock. Then the question was, do you, not did. I don't know if I heard you say did, but it's do you, because it's a present question now. Do you have to wear a uniform? Yes, I do. So as soon as you hear, do you have to do something? Yes. Yesterday, did you go to the excursion? Yes, I did. So do you have to wear a uniform? Yes, I do. What? Why?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your answer is no. I know. I asked about you. I said, Susanna, where's Camilla?
No.
Yeah, I wish she came. So what jobs do you have to do? So don't forget the have to verb, have to do. I have to clean. Clean is the verb. So I have to clean the restaurant and serve the customers. Conversation 2. C is Natalia. D, Nicholas.
Does Emily like the music?
Yes, because she doesn't have to get the curry. The shop doesn't open on weekends.
Yes, she does. And
No,
does.
there's no yet because it's a question. So how do you start a question? Does.
Does she have to service the
Serve.
serve the customer?
Yes, she does, and she has to be the clothes.
Tidy the clothes.
Can she smoke?
No, she is having to smoke.
No, she can't. So if you hear, if there's a question with can, you know, can I see you tomorrow? Then reply with the same verb. Yes, I can. Can I see you tomorrow? Yes, you can. Can I borrow your pen? Yes, you can. No, you can't. So listen to the verb of the question that it starts with. Can I do this? Yes, you can. Do you have time? Yes, I do. Have you got some money? Yes, I have. So listen to the first verb and respond with that same first verb. That's a good trick. So let me read it for you. So it's
So she can open it.
so she has to. Yeah.
No can.
Well, it's not that she has an option. It's she must smoke on the streets because she can't do it at work. So she has to smoke on the streets. It's important. She goes outside and it's not an option. She can, if she wants, smoke on the street. No, because she can't at work. So she has to do it over there. So does Emily like her new job? Yes, because she doesn't have to get up early. It's not important. She doesn't have to. The shop doesn't open until 10. Now, this was a question. So does she, because we know does he, she, it. So does she have to serve the customers? Yes, she has to. Or yes, she does. Does she have to serve the customers? Yes, she does. Or yes, she has to. You could go either way. Yes, she has to. And she has to, it's very important, to tidy the clothes. It's not an option. She can if she wants. It's she has to, she must tidy the clothes. Now the question is, can she smoke if she wants? Is she allowed to? Is it possible? Is she allowed? Does the boss let her? No, she can't smoke in the shop. So as soon as you see no, can. No, I can't. No, she can't. Yes, she can. So only when it's no, no, we can't, no, they can't. So she has to smoke on the street. Okay, let's do the next one. Number 3, look at the rules, the job description. We've got Paolo and Marcy. So number 1, Paolo has to cook the food. Marcy doesn't have to cook the food. So we're making one a positive or an affirmative statement, and the second one is a negative. So let's look at smoking. Joanna. Yeah, so Polo and Marcy can't, because we can see the rules, they can't smoke at work. And sorry, what did you say? Polo. That's right. Doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah, because it's only Marcy's job. So Polo doesn't have to clear the tables. Hey, David. Marcy
And small.
has to clear the tables. Yeah.
Always
Okay, so if I look at the rules, they both start at 9. Their work starts at 9. No smoking, so they can't smoke. It's not possible. They must wear a uniform. They have to wear a uniform. The job description, Polo, he cooks the food. He must. He has to. But Marcy, she's the one that cleans the table, clears the table or clean, serves the customers. So number 1, Polo and Marcy can't smoke. They're not allowed to. Marcy,
Teacher, in this case, don't. Okay.
can't. Because they're not allowed to. Yeah. It's not. It's not very important. They're not allowed to. Yeah. The tables, Polo doesn't have to clean the tables because it's Marcy's job. So it's not important for him. He doesn't have to do it. You see the difference? But Marcy, she has to clean the tables. That's her job. What about the uniform? Anderson.
Marcy has to
Clear the tables. Yeah. And serve the customers. But we just want to talk about tables. So Marcy has to clean the tables.
have to clear
Tables. Uniform. Anderson. They have
weird uniform.
Yeah, they have to wear uniform. So Paul and Marcy have to, not has, because has is only for one, singular, one person, he or she or it. But this is they have to. So Paolo and Marcy have to wear uniforms. Customers, Roxana. Paolo. Doesn't have to. Yeah. Marcy has to. That's her job. Marcy has to. Yeah. Well, it's not that he's not allowed. It's not important. It's not his job. So he doesn't have to.
It's not important.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's not important. He doesn't have to. Not can't, because can't means he could before, but now no. Remember the smoking? Because a long time ago we could smoke in the building, but now no. The rules have changed. But Polo never served the customers before, so he doesn't have to. It's not like he did before. If only he did before, and now the boss came to him and said, guess what, Polo? You know, you can't serve the customers anymore because you're too rude to the customers. So only can't because he did it before and now they're changing the rules. But here, he never did it before because it was Marcy's job. So he doesn't have to do it because it's Marcy's job. Do you see the difference? Can and can't only if you did it before. You know, like for example, I'm going to make a new rule. Now everybody can't use their phones in class because before you used to bring it in class. New rule, nobody can bring their phones to the room. That's a new rule because you did it before. But have to is like, it's a rule from the beginning, you know, no phones allowed in the room. You don't have to bring your phone to the room because now there's, you know, laptops provided or something. Or so Polo doesn't have to serve the customers because Marcy has to serve the customers. There's not an option. It's very important that Marcy does it and Paolo doesn't do it. Yeah, it's very specific. Yeah. Yeah, it's very specific. Marcy has to do it. Polo doesn't. It's not in his job. So any more questions about that? Because now we're in should, which is very similar to have to. So we've practiced, let's look back at our notes, have to verb. You gave me a sentence, you said, I have work tomorrow. No, it's I have to work. So don't forget the to. We've got a question. We start with do or does. And then we looked at can, subject. With a question, start with can. And then, yeah. So, hey, Melissa. So any questions before we move on to should or shouldn't? So Nicholas, give me a sentence with have to and can.
I have to work for.
Yeah, perfect. Melissa, can. Yeah, I can't sleep. It's too loud. I can't sleep because I have a class. Good. I can't. Yeah. Roxana, have to. You could change the subject. You could say my daughter, my mother, my sister and I, whatever. You can change the subject. Doesn't have to be I. I have to tell that I'm in Australia. That yeah, I have to tell her. Yeah. What do you have to tell her? I have to tell her what? That if you said I have to tell her, you have to tell her something. You need to tell me what the something is. I have to call my sister. Yeah, I have to call my sister. So maybe there's a very important, you know, phone call. She called you. So yes, I have to call my sister. So you could say, sorry, I need to go outside because I have to call my sister. It's very important. I must. Camilla, can.
My daughter can to go to the bed.
Can go. There's no to.
Can.
Can
go to
verb.
the bed
My daughter can go to bed.
After 9 p.m. because she has class in the morning.
So if she wants to, she can go to bed at 9 if she wants to. See? So if she wants, she can stay more late.
She has class.
So she has to go to bed. But I want can, where there's an option if she wants to. You said she can go to bed at 9. Then is that's an option. If she wants, she can go more later. Is it she has to go to bed by 9? Yeah, see, it's very important. She has to go to bed by now. 9. So it's not can. Can means she has an option. So what's another one with can?
I can to go.
I can go. There's no to.
I can go on vacation at the moment.
I can't go on a vacation at the moment.
Vacation.
Yeah, I can't travel at the moment.
No.
I can't. I have to work.
Yeah.
See, good. I can't. Alan, are you online? If not, I'll come back. Bruno, have to.
They have to clean the class.
What is they? The cleaners have to clean the class every day. Yeah.
They have to clean the class
Every day. Yeah. The cleaners have to clean the class every day. Good. Natalia, can.
I can smoke in the class.
I can't smoke in the class. Yeah. I can't. It's not allowed. So can't means not allowed. Yep. David, have to.
Camila has to do the test.
Yes, today. Camilla has to do a test today.
Yeah.
Good. Changing the subject. Camilla has to. Joanna, can. Or you can ask a question if you want. Can I stay here? Yeah, in the room during the break. Yeah. Can I stay here in the break? In the room in the break? Yeah. Anderson, have to.
Have to work every day.
Yeah, I have to work every day. That's it. I think everyone practiced. Okay.
And
Yeah.
they can look outside.
They can smoke outside if they want to.
Or
Yeah, if they want to. Yeah. If they want to, because there's an option. Yeah. Yeah. They're allowed. There's an option. You know, if you want to. It's like saying that if you want to. Yeah. But have to is very important. Must. Okay, let's look at should. So we've got some practice before the test. Should verb. So just remember, I'm going to go back to have to for a second. I'm hearing a lot of people add can to verb. There's no to. It's just can verb. You can't break that rule. Can verb immediately. There's no can to verb. And have must have the to. Have to verb. So you just have to remember that rule. Have to verb, can verb. So now we're looking at should verb. So there's no to, it's just should verb. Subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, should verb. Negative is shouldn't. Should is like very important. When we give advice, we use it for advice. For strong advice, though. It's not just advice, because you could give an advice by saying, I think, you know, this book is really good for you. But it's a strong advice. You should read this book. A recommendation, yeah, when we recommend something. You should visit this place. It's amazing. You should visit it. Yeah, strong advice, which is a little bit different than just a normal advice. Recommendation. So, I should, you know, I should see my grandmother on the weekend. It's very important. I should see her. If I want to make a question, again, we start with the verb. Should I speak to my grandfather about whatever? Like I'm asking a question to someone. Should I do this? They will tell me, yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. So the answers is easy. Take the verb, yes, you should, no, you shouldn't. Let's practice them and then we'll practice some of our own sentences. So number 1, you should smoke. That's not true. You shouldn't smoke. Because you don't want to give advice to someone to say you should smoke, right? No, you shouldn't smoke. That's a really good, strong advice to tell someone. Number 2, let's start with Nicholas.
That's good. You should take exercise.
Yeah, that's very English. We say you should do exercise. So I know it's an English textbook from the UK, so we say do. So just make sure you say you should do. So yeah, that's true. You don't need to, that's true. You should do exercise. Yeah, you should exercise. Even you don't need do. You should exercise. It's more common for us to say you should exercise or you should do exercise.
Only yes, you should. Correct.
Yes, you should. Yeah, there's no, you don't need to put the verb. Yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. Yeah. Number 3, Melissa.
That's not true. You should bring your work.
You should eat healthy food. Number
No.
3.
It's for
No, 3. You should eat healthy food.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a really good, strong advice. That's true. You should eat healthy food. 4, Roxana. Not true.
That's true.
That's true. You should drink a lot of coffee.
No.
For some people, they can handle a lot of coffee. Some people cannot handle a lot of coffee. Yeah, me too. I won't sleep. So not true. Yeah. So you shouldn't drink a lot of coffee. So we want to make it a negative. You shouldn't drink a lot of coffee. 5, Camilla.
You should work 12 hours a day. That's not true, but it's really,
But it happens.
it's really teacher. But not, that's not true. You shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't. So I know what you mean. You shouldn't work. You mean it's it happens, like people do work 12 hours a day, but they shouldn't. But it doesn't mean that they should. They do it. They do it. Exactly. They do it, but they shouldn't. Same as people are smoking, but they shouldn't. You know, they do it, but they shouldn't. So yeah, not true. You shouldn't work 12 hours a day. 6, Bruno.
You shouldn't go on holiday. It's not true.
True.
True. You should go holiday.
Go on holiday. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not true. You should go on holiday. That's a good advice. Someone should go on holiday. Okay, let's give advice using should or shouldn't. We can even say you shouldn't. Like, that doesn't look good on you. You shouldn't buy it. That's too expensive. You shouldn't buy it. Number 1, the jacket. That jacket is terrible. You shouldn't buy it. Sorry, terrific. Yeah. So you should buy it. The negative was it looks terrible, so you shouldn't buy it.
What is terrific?
Terrific, amazing. It looks really good. It's terrific. It looks really awesome, like it's good. Number 2, Natalia. So those trousers are awful. You shouldn't. Good. Shouldn't. 3, David.
These shoes are great. You should buy it.
Yeah, you should buy them. Now, even though it's one, because we just say they're shoes, because it's one pair, but they're plural. So you should buy them, even though you're looking at one shoes, because it's plural. You should buy them. So remember, it is only for singular, them,
For
plural.
weights.
Yeah, exactly. You should buy them. Yeah. Joanna. Yeah, you shouldn't buy it. Anderson.
It does is beautiful. You should buy it.
Yeah, you should. I'm giving you strong advice. You should. 6. Back to Nicholas.
Those are movie.
Those ties.
Are movie. You shouldn't buy them.
Yeah, you shouldn't buy them. Good. So should. We're practicing should verb. Conversation. We've got Joe is Joanna and Mark is Bruno.
Yes,
But yeah, you should.
yes,
But
yes, but yes, but yes, but
you
it's my
didn't have much this. Yeah, that was easy. Mark had so the other guy you can see in the image was giving him lots of advice. You don't look good. You should go on holiday. You work too hard. You drink too much coffee. You shouldn't smoke, you know? You should do more exercise. So remember, you should do. Take is like a English way of saying it. We don't say that here.
You should
Do.
stop now.
You should
No.
the smoking one.
No, yeah.
You
You should stop now. You should.
you should stop now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should stop now. Or you shouldn't be smoking. Yeah, you should stop now. Good. So we can see should. It looks like we might do a little bit more of should. Looks like you don't have a problem with should. So we might go back to can and can and have to. But let's finish up this. So number 1, correct the mistakes in the sentences. So if I said, I think you should to buy those shoes, what word would you cross out? Yeah, because it should be should verb, should buy. Number 2, what mistake is there, Joanna? They should. Number 2. Yes. Yeah, so we can take off don't. They shouldn't pay that much money. So we're going to make the should a negative. They shouldn't pay. We have to cross off don't. And then, sorry, and number 1, I think you should cross off 2. Should verb. Number 3, Roxana. No S, exactly. There's no S on the verb should. Number 5, Alan. Number 4, Alan. No? Nicholas, 4. So should we? Yeah. Should we leave now or later? Yeah. He's asking a question. Yeah. Should we leave now or later? So the sentence needs to start with should, so capitalize the S. Should, subject, verb. Should we leave now or later? 5, Melissa.
There should be more emphasis.
Yeah, so should verb. So no to. That's only have to. Gerald has to do more exercise because he's overweight. Has to. So only if I want to make it has to do, but Gerald should do. Number 6, Camilla.
What should he do about the problem?
Yeah.
Not S.
No S. What should he do about the problem? Okay, next page. Something, nobody, anywhere. Yes, let's practice that before we go back to have to and all that. So let's remember the rules we had for that. Because I know it got a little bit confusing. I think we learnt that somewhere here. Yeah, here. So there's a conversation. Boss is Natalia. Secretary is Nicholas.
If anyone call for me,
While
I was at lunch.
So it's a past simple question. Did, because she came back from her break. So did anyone call for me while I was, not while I is at lunch, while I was at lunch, not while I am, while I was. She's asking a past simple question. Secretary.
Yes. We on board about are already all my body and it's my phone.
Were there any calls about work?
No.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. So she had a lot of personal phone calls. Were there anything about work? No, nothing like that. Okay, so we looked at any, no, and some when we start the words with those words. So some is a positive thing, like I have something to tell you, I have something for you, I have some information, I have some books to give to you. It's a positive sentence. Like it's not a negative, it's not a question, it's just a positive sentence. Any is when there's a negative or there's a question. So a negative would be like, I don't have any money. That's the best example. I don't have any time. I don't have any friends. It could be a question. Does anyone have a pen I can borrow? Do you have any books you don't want? So it could be a question with any. No is when it's a positive, but the meaning is negative. For example, there's nothing I can do. I lost my phone and there's nothing I can do. So we use any in questions. We use not any in negative sentences. And if we want to say thing, when we attach it to the word thing, it's when it's an object or an activity. Where is for a place. So you can attach any of these, some, any, no, to where. Anywhere, nowhere, somewhere. It's all talking about a place. Or we can put body. That's for a person. Somebody, anybody, nobody. Let's practice a few more minutes before the break. So number 1, Anderson. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no objects, nothing to eat, nothing. So there's nothing in the kitchen. So no, we take no because it's a positive, but it means a negative. No thing, nothing. Yeah, nothing. Number 2, Joanna. Yeah, same thing. So there isn't anything. There's no objects or an item or anything that I can eat. There's nothing. There isn't anything to eat. 3. Camilla?
All the shops are closed. Is there anywhere open?
Yeah. Is there anywhere open? Any place? Is there any place open? Yeah. Nothing, anything. So nothing, anything, anywhere. Sorry, let me just put the notes here for you. Something. Okay, next one. Number 4. Thank you, Camilla. Natalia. Yeah. Mauricio is down. Tell him 2 minutes because I'm going to go down. 2 minutes. Okay. He can wait. Yeah, see, he can because there's an option. He can wait or he has to wait. He has to because there's no option. I'm going to go down in 2 minutes, so he has to wait. Okay, number 4. Natalia. There's
Somewhere.
there's a place at the door. Is there a place at the door?
There's some
Yeah.
at the door.
Or somebody. Yeah. There's someone or somebody at the door. Yeah. Someone. I don't know who. There's someone. There's somebody at the door. So there's a person, not somewhere. Somewhere is about a place. Like tomorrow I'm going somewhere. I don't know where because it's a surprise. 5. David. I phoned, but yeah, but no one or nobody, same thing. There's not a person that answered. No one. Nobody. So maybe I phoned to make a booking to a restaurant, but no one answered. 6. Joanna. Yes, so in a place. Let's meet somewhere in a place somewhere. Where? I don't know, just somewhere. Because you didn't say the name. If you know where, you would say, let's meet at Cafe Chino for a drink this evening. But because I don't really have a place in mind, I'm just going to say, let's meet somewhere. Where? I don't know, just somewhere, anywhere. Okay, let's have a break. So you can have a good break until the test when we come back. Remember, I'll leave this up to practice. You've got have to verb, can verb, should verb, and then all these something, nobody, anywhere. So if you want, keep practicing with the exercises. But Alan, are you online? I think maybe you're not online.